Hi guys, Aceface here, and as you might have seen by the little introduction, I've got something a bit different for you. Now please, stop right there. You Tyranid guys, you loyal subscribers to me over the last few months, please don't run away. I haven't stopped doing Tyranids, they're still going to be my main focus. But I fancied a change and thought we'd do something a little bit different. Now, I am going to do fantasy as well, just because I'm crazy and want to spend loads more money on stuff to make my wife go absolutely loopy about how busy the house is with models. But I thought I'd try something a bit different from Games Workshop for a change. So I'm going to give Malifaux a go. Now, it's always been quite interesting for me because I think it's quite a bizarre looking world, and I've always been into kind of the fluff and the whole kind of world of a game, as well as just the dynamics and the mechanics of how a game works. I like fluff based games, I like that kind of element of it, and I think that's very important. And over the last few months, just looking at Malifaux and kind of reading bits and pieces about it and how it works and how the kind of the world and the different sort of fluff elements of it, I've been sort of quite interested, I've been quite intrigued. And the fact there's a low model count skirmish type game, it doesn't mean that I've got to invest too much money on it. So it can be kind of a little bit of a side project. And also, from when you're painting Tyranids or you're painting any other army where you're replicating the same style of painting over and over and over again, it's quite nice to have a project on the go where you can sort of do some more sort of concentrating on individual characters, putting a lot of care and dedication into making them the best you possibly can get them. And sometimes you can learn skills and abilities and techniques on painting and modelling that you maybe wouldn't get because you're just dedicated to try and get an army on the table as quick as possible. Well, that's kind of the way that I kind of think about it anyway. So I thought, well, this is a good way for me to do something completely different, try some real kind of different styles of painting, and also learn a new game. So anyway, I've been sort of doing a little bit of research, and the way that I always go about starting on a game, an army, a crew that we're calling these, is for me the most important thing first and foremost is, do I like the models? Because if I don't like the models, I'm not interested at all. I can't be using something I just don't like. It doesn't matter whether it's the best thing in the world, if the model isn't cool, then I'm not interested. So that's the first thing that I wanted to look at when I sort of decided on where I was going to start with it. And then the second thing is, again, back to as I said previously, it's all about the fluff for me, and I like something with a bit of an interesting story, or something that's sort of a little bit cool and quirky, or quite amazingly kind of spectacular as far as the fluff. That I always think is really, really cool. So that there are two sort of factors kind of most important to me, and actually I don't really care whether the crew or army is actually not particularly highly ranked or highly thought of in the community, because to me, if a game system puts out a army, a crew, or whatever it may be, the developers and designers wouldn't put them out if they weren't an element of competitivity with them and they are able to compete with the other armies. There'd be no point in putting something that was so ridiculously weak or outdated. So you can almost always find a way of working with anything. Some things are harder than others, but I always think, what the hell, go for it anyway. And I like a challenge, so here we go. So without ado, this is what I went with. So I have gone with Lilith's crew, which is the Neverborn, or the kind of faction that she belongs to. So I've bought kind of the starter set, and I'm not going to bore you with an unboxing because there's probably a lot of cool ones out there, and I'm not going to do that because after watching some of my earlier boxings, openings, whatever you want to call them, they're pretty dire, so I'm not going to bore you with that. But anyway, so in here I've got Lilith, I've got this big guy here, who is a mature napalm, and then I've got Terratots, and that's about it in this box set. But I thought, let's get some other bits and pieces, so I went a bit crazy and I bought the alternative sculpt for Liv, just because I thought that it was such a cool model. It was wicked, and as I said, to be honest with you, modelling is more important to me than the actual the game as such, and I wanted it something cool to paint, so I've gone with this model. I just think it's awesome. So there'll be some updates on that. And I got this character, I think you say it is Lichu. Please let me know anyway, put the correct pronunciation or what have you in the comments below, let me know. But she looks pretty cool, kind of some sort of devil style. Anyway, it was cool. I've got some more Terratots, because they look pretty funny. And then I don't even know whether this this guy has got anything to do with the brood at all, but I just loved it so much. I bought Teddy. Just such a cool model. So again, let me know. He's part of the same sort of faction, but can I use him? Does he go with mine? I don't know. No, but he's cool. I've got some really funny ideas of how I'm going to paint him. But anyway, so that's that. I also got myself a load of cool skull bases, because I think that's going to fit nicely with the theme. So they're all going to be sitting on these skull bases. These are Micro Studio, and I've got a nice big one for Teddy. But so I've got loads of those bases, so that's quite cool. I've got myself a Fate deck, so that's cool, and that's about all I've got so far. So let me know what I'm missing, what else I need. Tell me what I need to do next, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm going to just do these videos as sort of a bit of a just a blog, and just let you know how I'm getting on with the hobby and where it's going. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it doesn't put too many of my subscribers off. As I said, this is just a little bit of a break from doing this from time to time when you get burnt out on painting and you fancy a different game or whatever it may be. So this is not my main focus, but it's something I've been interested in for a while, and I thought, why not, let's give it a crack, see how we get on there. So let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think of me taking up this new part of the hobby. All kind of comments are welcome. If you're going, oh no, not Malifaux, it's rubbish or whatever, just let me know why, what the reasons are. I'll just be interested to hear. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again for everybody that's watching, and for subscribing and liking. It helps me loads. So thanks again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.